Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. This will be labeled as a message for November 13th because I'm posting it in time for November 13th, where I am in the world. But I'm setting the intention that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see the video. If you're in a different time zone or if you don't see it for a few weeks or months from the time I posted it, I'm setting the intention and asking that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours. Happy birthday to all the November 13th babies. And happy birthday if it happens to be your birthday on whatever day you stumble upon this. The card that we have coming up here, my darlings, ooh, we've just been having major arcana after major arcana after major arcana. I'm telling you guys, big energies. I told you guys, big energies. Big energies. I think we're all welcoming them. We're ready, right? We're ready for shift. We're ready for change. So if you don't know, major arcana cards are going to come up when we're at a significant crossroads, a new chapter. So things happening within the next 24 hours are not going to be wrapped up. Like major arcana is not going to be wrapped up in a 24-hour period of time. But things could be happening in the next 24 hours that are setting some things in motion for you. That is bringing us to the energy here of the Fool card. So you may be making a decision to take a leap of faith, or you may have an idea that's coming to you and you're saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is the direction I'm going to go in. And so the Fool card comes up when we may be feeling called to do something that doesn't make sense to a lot of other people. It may even be like a complete 180 from what we were previously doing. It may seem as though we're going now all of a sudden in a completely opposite direction. But we just feel very called and guided to do this. Like we just really can't explain it. And we just like, this is what I feel like I'm meant to do, or this is what's really kind of, calling to me right now. I kind of can't resist. And so there could be this leap of faith aspect. The Fool card comes up to tell us, yes, you are being led, you are being guided to take this leap of faith. But the Fool card is also asking us to look before we leap. Right? Yes, you're being led to take this sometimes unconventional approach at something, or, to go in this unconventional direction. But you're not being told to do it willy-nilly, right? We need to look before we jump. We need to look before we leap. We need to try to make sure that we have the proper things in place for the journey. Okay, so like you're going to think of, well, how can I set myself up to succeed in this endeavor? How can I set myself up to succeed in this risk I'm feeling called or guided to take? Because it's true that we have to take risks in life. Sometimes we need to take gambles in life, but we need to take educated risks. We need to take educated gambles. We don't want to just, go all in and just cross our fingers and just pray and just, I'm just hoping for the best. We want to try to have some kind of plan. Okay, so the Fool card is, yes, you're being led or guided in this direction, but you need to also have some kind of a plan. Sometimes this card can come up for me in love readings or love energy when there's a really strong soulmate connection, a really strong past life connection with someone that is very opposite. That people might not expect you guys to be together. People might never in a million years guess that you would be a couple. There could be big differences in age, in upbringing, in culture, in physical appearance. There could just be a lot of things that seem opposite. But these two people recognize each other on a soul level. These two people feel a very strong sense of home, like within one another. And the opposites that people see and think, oh gosh, they're so opposite. They're opposites that complement one another, right? So it's going to be one person has weaknesses in certain areas, the other person is strong in those areas, and vice versa. The other person's weak areas or strengths in the other person. And so when they come together, it's like they're a powerhouse. It's like there's nothing they can't do, or there's nothing they can't get through um, without each other. Like they're able to, they're able to make things happen. They're able to work well together. They're able to um, have a strong partnership and a strong relationship, and they're able to just like get through anything and make things happen. But outside looking in, people might say, what in the world are these two people doing together? Sometimes this could also happen when you might be manifesting a romantic partner, um, but you're like doing it vibrationally in terms of like how you want to feel, right? Maybe you're letting go of this ideal person you had in your head. Maybe you were even like vision boarding, and you were very, very, very specific, where you were like going through magazines and saying, I want my person to have this person's eyes, and I'm going to cut out this model's eyes, and then I'm going to cut out this model's nose and this model's mouth. And like maybe you were just very specific, like I want my person to look like this, or I want my person to be this type of person, or whatever it is. Maybe you were being very specific, and maybe you just kind of let that go, and you're like, okay, this is just how I want to feel. I want to feel attracted to my person. I want to feel my person is attracted to me. I want us to have chemistry. I want us to have passion. I want to feel loved. I want to feel, and I just whatever. Like maybe you're starting to think about like the things you want to feel versus like specifically who this person is. And so the universe says, okay, well, we know what's going to make you feel that way. And here comes in this soulmate, and it's completely and totally not what you were expecting, because you maybe were manifesting based on what you were taught would make you happy, or what you were programmed to think was going to make you happy. And this is why, my dears and my darlings, sometimes we go through life very unimpressed with the choices and the options that we have, because we're looking for something specific based on what we've been taught, like, oh, this is what we're gonna like, or this is what is a good catch, or this is what's gonna make us happy, versus really what our authentic self craves, or what is what might be like a significant soulmate, or a significant connection with somebody that's like vibrationally on the same level as us. And so you might say, oh my gosh, yes, like this is my person. Like this is what I want, right? This is what I want to feel. This is what I want to experience. But it might be very different from what you've been trying to manifest, because you've been manifesting out of habit, or you've been manifesting out of conditioning or programming. So sometimes I see the Fool card in love situations come up in this way. But whatever the case, there is a thing here of like wanting to take this leap of faith and go in a new direction. I do feel a strong sense that some of you have been, wow, ooh. I just had the phrase pop up in my mind, crippling self-doubt, because I was trying to think like, what words am I going to use? And I feel like the message came in through spirit, crippling self-doubt. Some of you are coming out of a period of crippling self-doubt. Like you've just, maybe life kind of knocked you around and it really shook up your confidence. Maybe you're coming out of like some narcissistic, terrible situation. And so you might be very used to being, going through the gaslighting and the criticism, or whatever it is. Just life may have kind of knocked you around for a little bit, and you might have lost your self-esteem. You might have lost your confidence. You might be doubting yourself. But I feel with this Fool card, almost like an Ace of Wands coming in around it. So like there's this opportunity that has presented itself to you. And even though you've been struggling with the negative ego, which has been coming up in the daily readings, and the crippling self-doubt, I feel like there's this sudden sense of optimism that's filling you up and just kind of taking you over. And you're just feeling like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for this. Like, I'm going to trust that I can be happy. I'm going to trust that things can work out, and you're over, like, that optimism and that hopefulness and just a sense of faith that things are going to get better are pulling you out of that crippling self doubt, and you're like putting yourself out there again, like letting yourself be seen again. Maybe you're coming out of hermit mode. Maybe you're somebody's been acting like they're interested in you, and you've just really had your wall up, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a chance, or I'm gonna go out there again and I'm gonna start dating again, or you know what, I'm gonna aim higher in my business or in my chosen career or work path. I'm gonna aim for higher and trust that I can get it. And so I just feel there's this sense of allowing yourself to receive and allowing yourself to reach for things, whereas maybe before you've just kind of been really playing it safe. Maybe you were completely closed off and you weren't trying for anything. Or if you were going for things, you were going for very low hanging fruit, whether it was in business, career, friendships, love life. You were maybe really taking the safe bet, right? Like, okay, well, this is a safe bet, or, uh, you know, uh, we'll just kind of, go for this because I'm just like, it's easy, or it's here, or it's a sure thing, or they're lucky to have me. Maybe you've had that mentality where you're like, well, they're lucky to have me. But I feel there's this sense here where you're realizing that you deserve more, and so you're aiming higher, you're going for higher. Or you're realizing, okay, maybe there's things about you that you want to change. And you're saying, well, I haven't been on the best path. I've seen that in the comments lately, and I'm surprised because in the 3 years I've been posting, this has been a new trend. I've been seeing people in the comments a lot of the times in the love videos, like, you know what, I was really messed up to this like, I'm cross watching. I was really messed up to this person. I lied to them. I cheated on them. I treated them terrible, and I just feel really bad, and so I'm just cross watching because I just want to see if they're okay. I've been seeing a lot of that. And so, maybe even some of you've been um behaving or like acting out of pain, right? Like cuz that comes from somewhere. I'm not excusing anybody's behavior, and I'm not telling people, "Oh, if somebody lies to you and treats you terribly, you should stay with them because they're hurting." That's not at all what I'm saying. But like, maybe you're one of those people that you feel like, I haven't been a nice person. I haven't been an honest person. I've mistreated my friends. I've mistreated my relationships. I've, not been the best person in situations. But even then, a lot of that may have come from that crippling self doubt, or that fear of loss, or whatever pain you experienced in your life. But I feel there's this sense of like optimism where you're like, I can do better. I can do better. I can be better. I don't have to be in this energy that, I don't feel good in. I don't feel good doing these things to people. I don't feel good making people feel this way. And so I feel there's like this leap, and I feel like there's this reaching for higher, aiming for higher, and knowing you're going to get there. Right? So I just feel like movement in a new direction. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful energy. You may want to check out your weekly forecasts. Those are linked in the description. Love readings are linked in the description. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that takes you to the scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I've been promising that I'm going to post a photo in the community tab of all the gifts that I've purchased so far for Toys for Tots, and I finally did that. There is a picture in the community tab if you want to see what I've gathered so far. And so if you don't know, I'm taking a portion of the readings that have been coming in, and the private readings that people have been ordering. I've been taking a portion of that income and buying toys for Tots. And I'm going to be donating that when the deadline comes up. I'll probably just take everything in one donation. So if you want to see what I've picked up so far, those are there's a picture in the community tab. I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead, and I hope you'll come back and check out tomorrow's message as well. Take care and be well, my darlings.